Hi guys, it's Carrie with Carrie Thu's Artistry. I am finally back. I have a couple videos I want to get done and give you an update on some of the stuff that I am working on. But today I wanted it to be fun considering it's almost the 1 year anniversary for my daughter who has been married. So I wanted to go through her journal that I made her and show you some of the pages that I did and give you a little walkthrough through her journal. So this is her journal. This is the cover of it. And this is a picture of them. This is my daughter Emma and her husband Yakub. So that's what the letters stand for. I don't know if you can see those or not, but those are gorgeous little rub-on letter decals. I got those off of Amazon, so if I can find the link, I will definitely put it in the description box. So let me go ahead and show you. This spine was 2.5 inches, and I feel like I needed to make that a little bigger, but I was hoping that it would limit me to how much stuff I put in here. However, that did not work. This is it with me just holding the cover closed, and it is only 2 signatures. Of course, I did put quite a few pages in each signature, and there is so much stuff in here. It's kind of like a new wife, new life journal kind of thing for her. She hasn't started using it yet. We also tried to make it a guest book as well. So there might be some people's signatures in here as well. So let me get it opened. I just put on this really thin lace for the tie. And when you open it up, the front cover, you could see the remnants of the lace placemat that I used to wrap the cover in. And it's got just a picture of them doing a little dance for their engagement session. And I took their photos for their wedding and their engagement session. Here I have a little pocket, and inside this pocket I've got just a little cluster with some string and some paper remnants. But it had this beautiful picture of a rose, it looks like. So I did that. And then in the pocket I stuck in one of the unused nameplates that I made for them. So this would stand at the table just like that. And it had the names of the people so that they had something to take home with them as well. And then just a bookmark. So let me put all that back in here. And this might be a little long of a video because there's so much stuff in here, but we'll see. On the back side of that envelope is just it's a pocket, but I don't think you can really get anything in there. And then a kitchen conversion chart. So like it tells you how many teaspoons is in a tablespoon, is a fluid ounce, and etc. Excuse me. On this page, I created a small various tuck spots. So I cut out some flower die cuts. I glued them all together, and then I printed out and cut out some journal cards that are smaller than a normal page to put on here. And then you just slide them into the open slots like that. On this side, it has date night ideas, so that if they ever wanted to do something, you could go on a to-go date, or like a stay-at-home date, a game to play, things you could make together, and things you could do together, like throughout the day. One of the ideas was a pajama day. I thought that was pretty cute. In this Edith Holden page, I made it into a side tuck pocket. I included a $5,000 savings challenge. All of these I found on Pinterest or by doing just a regular Google search. And then some tags. So I've got some larger journal tags that they could write on. I've got a swinging tag that you make, and it just swings out like that, so you can write on all of the back pages. The next thing I have in here is super fun date ideas, because they're young. They're, you know, I think this year they're 23, 24. So just some things that they could do together. And I stuck it inside the pocket here. And then I flip the page, and it's just got some writing space here for them to write little notes. It says our love story. Over here I made a belly band. Where I used to previously work, we used to get these totes in, and they came with these little labels or plates, I guess you could call them. So I just collaged over one and then took my sewing machine and ran some stitching through it. Turn that into a belly band, and I've got another writing card and another outdoor date night idea sheet. So we'll put that back in there. And then this side is another pocket. It looks like it's a triple pocket, so I've got some stuff in here. How to cook a steak. And a journal card, and then just a copy of an old picture. And in this side was another copy of that same barn, just a different angle of it. So we've got those. And then in this pocket, just a little tag. And in this pocket, a smaller writing space, and then an old cigarette card. I think this came in a pack that I had ordered. It's got some stamping on it, literal little stamps on it. And then this is the other cigarette card. And then just another piece of the journaling card there. Over here is a collaged page that I did. I threw on one of my poems for them because she loved it, and one of their pictures that they took while they were dating. Over here, I have Nature Never Goes Out of Style. It's kind of like a coloring page. You can see my husband's mom and dad have signed this page. Over here is one of those flip out pages from Natasha at Treasure Books. So you just open it up, flip it open. Some of it is, you know, how to plan the best vegetable garden. Just little things that I wish I would have learned before getting married. So it just opens up like this, and then it closes. Take a second and get that back in order here. If there's any pages that you guys want me to do a tutorial on, just let me know in the comments section, and I'll be sure to watch for that so I can get those filmed for you. This one here is just a page with some wine glasses, and I just thought it was really pretty. It represented the two people together. And over here is another little collage page, tying the knot. I just put some lace on it, one of those flowers off of Amazon, and then another little snippet of lace. Over here is two pockets. Both of them are beautifully created with a wedding digital. with some journaling cards in there. I just put a little circle tag on there, folded it in half to create the little tab. Of course, now it won't go back in. Okay, good enough. And then one of these lace flowers. Over here is just another collage. So it's like a little calendar, and it says, share my life, my everything, now and forever. I put a little fabric tag on there that says made with love. And then over here you could write, you know, some of the plans you have for a certain week or whatever. And then in this double corner pocket, I put in some journal cards, how to fix a flat tire or how to change a flat tire, and then another little card. So just some things for him as well, or for her. And then it looks like we had a signature over here. Some more of that wedding page. This one here, I made a fabric pocket, and I put how to change your oil, a couple journaling cards with a 3D sticker, and then how to do resuscitation or the Heimlich maneuver when someone's choking. Over here I have a way that if you didn't have any sugar, you could replace it with honey, and the conversions for that. This here is just a pocket with an old book page, and you're out of eggs, how to substitute for missing an egg, and a journaling card. On the excuse me. On the next page, I have a little waterfall with some of those sticky notepads that I'd get from the dollar store, so I just wanted to add some color. This page is a tuck spot with a writing space behind it, along with some conversions of I think it's sugar or milk, coffee. It's just showing you the different sizes and how much each size weighs, or what the equivalents are. And some journaling card. This page is just a simple pocket. You can tuck things inside underneath, so you could tuck underneath or you could tuck below. Produce by in season by the month, so it'll tell you the different vegetables that are usually in season during a certain month, and then a journaling card. So you could stick it up top here like this, or you could stick it in the bottom like that. Over here is just a picture of them. I think this was when they went through the we have like a Christmas light thing at the park. So that's that. Another poem of mine. Over here I have just an envelope paper clipped in, and the envelope was glued. It looks like glued. So it's a flip out with some stuff in there. Conversion from centimeters to a space on the ruler. Some journaling cards. And then I had a tuck. Oops, sorry. Put that paper clip back on. A corner tuck, just folded piece of paper. And I put that on top here for extra tuck spot. And then I put on there the complete car dashboard light guide. So what each of those lights on the car, what those would mean. So it doesn't mean that you won the lottery, in case any of you have seen that video. Back here is just a pocket with some more conversions. An old, I forget what those are called. Index card filing thing. and then a writing space. So those are tucked in here. And another signature. Here I have a full page pocket, so I was able to put in a large journaling card, how to use your jumper cables to jumpstart your car if you need it. This page here is a lot of fun for me. There is a tuck spot back here, so you can tuck something in here on this little cluster that I made. Each of these is a tuck spot, so you could take, you know, a little picture or journaling card and tuck it in there. I put in one of my envelopes that you can fold up and write on. And this little envelope guy here, just something cute. So he goes there. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. I can't remember who showed me how to make this, but if I can find their video, I'll link it below. So there's this pocket. I did make it my own way as well. So an old postcard or old traveler's card type thing for the Grand Canyon, and then this one is for the Alamo in Texas. I ended up getting like a whole set of cards like that, so I used a couple of those here. This one's a fraction to decimal conversion chart, and the in a bookmark or a tag, and that just goes in that big pocket. And then I used that as another pocket, and inside of there I just have some journaling cards, as well as the classic pierogi and sausage skillet. He is Polish, so I wanted to include a little bit of Polish for her, some Polish cooking recipes for her. And this large pocket here has another tag in it. And then another double pocket here. So there's 4 pockets all together with 2 journaling cards in it. And it just flips open for them to write in. And some regular little tags that they could write on. Another picture from their engagement session. And this one here I used as a flip out. It's my summer spaghetti recipe. And she really loves it. He's not a big vegetable fan, found that out. But it's in there in case she ever wanted to make it. These are little coin pockets, so you could stick, you know, little I love you notes into it, and then it just tucks into this little circle. And all my journals, I try to put a page of 6 of these little coin envelopes in there. And this is just a writing space collage page on top of an old piece of book page that I found. And this one just kind of folds out so that you can write on both sides. So there's that. And then this here is just a cluster page with a bunch of clusters that I really enjoyed making. And this is an old piece of fabric from one of her prom dresses. And I am running out of that fabric, so we tried to put a little snippet in there for her. They do like to go camping a lot in the summer, so I put on there a campfire knowledge, just some little tips and stuff about fires and burning and stuff like that. Here I made a pocket. Actually, this is a bookmark with a magnet on it, so that just folds over and clips down, with some journaling cards in the back. And then that's the back side of that. Here's another picture of their engagement that I took. And it is a pocket, so you could put something inside of there. This one here is CPR for children and adults and infants. Here is a journaling card from that was written on from one of our close family relatives. And here is a folded pocket. I forgot to tie a string to it, but that's okay because it would just make it more bulky, so I just left it. This is one of their date night pictures. They went and got some ice cream together. Here is another poem I wrote. Over here is just another writing spot for them. This one here, I initially adhered the flip out page here, and then and then I folded it. And the paper clip is holding on to a couple journaling cards. On that back side is some terms used in the kitchen and how to complete them, like boiling, braising, chopping. Here is another flip out, which is a full page, and it looks like it ripped off of the brad. So I'll just kind of sneak that back on there if I'm able, without ripping it more. Anyways, you just attach the paper to the page and then fold it up so that it fits. And then I put just some fish on there because, you know, he's a guy and he likes that stuff. So, but you could gesso over this page and have a writing spot. Here's the brads. You could cover those up, but I like the way that the gold kind of blended in with this page. Here is a side tuck with a envelope flip out. So you could put something in here and then flip it up, and you have two more pockets down here with journaling cards. And here's another picture from their engagement session. This is super cute and super fun to do. Over here is the other page of that Edith Holden, and it's just a tuck spot with a little notebook that I made. It has a pocket as well. It just tucks in there. All right, we've made it to the middle of the journal with this flip out pocket, and some weekend plans and a journaling card here. So that is the middle. This is a writing board that I created with a pocket on the front, just some tags in there, and then a circle cluster, I guess, is a circle cluster. You could use it as a bookmark. There is a little space here for that. So I included that because this journal is huge and there's no possible way to write on it. So in this first pocket, I've got just some writing tags and bookmarks. Here's a little quote I thought maybe they would like. And some journaling cards in the Edith Holden pocket. First aid. Could you tell I was a little anxious about them knowing how to do CPR and first aid. Here is a date night picture, it looks like. This is a giant pocket that has a simple basic meatball recipe. He's a guy, so he likes his meat and potatoes. So there's that. And then in here, how to store fruits, some journaling cards, and some bookmarks or tags, and that flips out. And this flips out as well. You could put some stuff in there. and some stuff in here. So I was using, oops, I was using this pocket to keep everything down. And then there is a pocket back here as well. Here is another picture of the two of them. I think that's a date night picture. And then some journaling cards and a folder. This is a file folder. And then we have another date night picture. He is a big Brewer fan, and sports in general, but they go to the Brewer games quite a bit. Just some blank spaces for them to write some notes. There's another little signature from family. And then we have this file folder flip out thingy. I think I was just playing around with the idea of the tag book, but ended up with this instead. So I put that in here. And then they have some journaling cards as well. And we've got just a tuck spot or pocket here. It's just a tag glued to that tiny piece of paper. Excuse me. Here is one of those old book pages. Excuse me. I'm not sure what language it's written in, but it's definitely an old book. This is a file folder on that page that just flips out, and it has some postcard that I created and one of the cards from the life cards. Here is another picture. This was there in when he asked her to marry him. So that was the picture that they took when she said yes. Here is a corner tuck spot, so you could tuck some writing stuff in there. And this one, this one I did glue down here just to keep it on the page. And then it has like a little tuck spot in there. Some ledger paper. I think this is the paper that you can buy either at like Walmart or the dollar store. And those make really good pages for journals. Here I just have a center spread with some pretty laces. I really like the laces. And this was, I was thinking, would be a signature page. People could sign the page. But they didn't. They did other places. Here I have a pocket, and it has a couple of the tags in there. Looks like the tags were a little too long. I should have cut them down. They got a little bent up in here, but it's okay. And then here I have another pierogi recipe for her. And here is another one of those magnetic bookmarks, and then just some paper to write on. Over here is, I have two of those fabric flowers or lace flowers with some bookmarks and some pockets. Over here is just a belly band with two writing cards in there. Over here I have tucked in on one of those Tim Holtz wallpaper ephemera pieces. So I just tucked in a card there for them. And then it says behind it, a match made in heaven. And then used a little paper clip with a little label, writing space, journaling card, all that kind of stuff on there. And then this page here is just a fabric cluster that I liked and put on. This was also another one of her dresses that I was able to use for fabric pieces here. And it's a picture with some of the flower hearts up there. It says 2 hearts that beat as one. Here is a tag pocket that I created and put some writing cards in there. This one here is just a tag with a pocket. This one here has just got a little envelope with one of the book pages and a writing space card inside a pocket. Here is another envelope, but this one flips all the way out, opens all the way up, and then you have a sheet to write on, which I thoroughly enjoyed that process. And over here I've got a double pocket. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a tuck spot with one of those wallpaper flowers, and then these are the 2 pockets with the journaling tags in there. This one is a flip out and a pocket, and in that pocket I have classic chicken salad. She tells me that his mom makes the best chicken salad, so I just put a recipe in there for her. This page I created following one of Natasha's tutorials. I might have had bigger envelopes than what Natasha had, or smaller, I can't remember. And this is a tuck spot, so you can tuck something in there, like a letter or something like that, and then you have both pockets also. So I did that and put that in here. And then I have another poem I wrote when I was back in high school that she loved. Another date night picture. And again, I put that picture in here, the engagement picture in here, just because I wanted to have another picture. And that was one of my favorite ones from the ones she sent me. This one is a poem I wrote back when my kids were little, super little. They were 6, 4, and 2. So there's that in there for her. And then I just created a little veil to go on the top of this picture by using a piece of her wedding dress fabric that was a cutoff. When it was being altered, they gave me the remnants of that fabric and a little rose. And on this side of the Edith Holden picture is just another pocket with a easy garlic butter meatball served over creamy Parmesan linguine. So gave her some challenges as well. And then I included 3 journaling cards. And this one is a fold out pocket as well. There's a pocket on the inside and then 2 pockets here and a small pocket here. I figured that was small enough to fit on the little page. And in this last page here, of the signature, I have that brown craft pocket with some stuff tucked into the pocket here, and it's fighting me already. There we go, got it back in there. Some bookmarks in there, and then an old journal, or old library card, but it looks like it's stuck, so we're not gonna pull on that. But yeah, there's a old library card that you can buy in a pack from Amazon. The last thing on there is a poem that says Her Day Will Come. This is a poem I wrote when she was little, and you know how siblings can be. Didn't want her to play with them and yada yada yada, so I wrote her a poem. And then we have a journal, a little journal here for her to write and keep some memories in. And that's attached to the back page. So or the back cover. And then I have a couple dangles with some beads that I pulled off of a necklace. And that is the book. That is the end of this journal story. So if there's any pages in there that you'd like me to do a tutorial on, just let me know in the comments section and I will be sure to get that tutorial up. I do have some more journals that I will be doing flip throughs. So just keep an eye out for those. Some of them are bigger than this. Yes, I did say bigger, but that also means their spine was bigger. So just keep an eyeball out for those. Those ones will be for sale. This one is not for sale, but I will, I'll put another video up here in the next couple days or so that you would be able to purchase the journal. So I hope you guys enjoy your day, and that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I am trying to get back into doing more videos. I took quite a bit of time off to just be and do and create. So let me know what you guys think. All right. Thank you. Bye.